Hi guys, back again. I have my practitioner, clinical herbalist, specializing in naturopathic medicine, Caitlin Worlry. My name is Jamie Lee. I'm the Intuitive Lifestyle on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Telegram, also on Facebook. But I wanted to bring on Caitlin. I wanted to talk to her about a bunch of specific topics. And today I want to talk to you about adenoids and tonsil removal in children. What is this? Why do we need to remove these from our children? What is causing the enlargement of them? Do we need to remove them physically, surgically from the body?
Okay, great question. Hi, everyone. So, no, we don't need to remove them. We have to keep in mind why Western medicine removes organs. Western medicine does not believe in cures for anything, and they don't have the tools. The AMA does not supply them with actual knowledge on how to cure disease. They only know how to supply drugs. Cut, burn, poison is Western medicine method. So when an organ is inflamed, they don't have an understanding of toxicity and what causes inflammation. They don't have a concept of detox. All they know is to either prescribe a medication or cut the problem out of the body. So that is their solution. And what is the saying? When the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Mm.
Removing organs is never the solution. Never the solution. I mean, occasionally maybe it could, sure, but in this case, no. So, the adenoids and tonsils are one of the first defenses of the immune system. In Chinese medicine, this principle is called the Wei Qi. So we have the deep immunity, and then we have the immunity that is subsurface. So when these toxins and pathogens and virus, bacteria strains come into the body, we have the skin as a protective mechanism. We have nose hairs, which filter it out. And then we have the tonsils and the adenoids, which are going to be the first Wei Qi defense. Now, if those organs are chronically inflamed or swollen, it's going to be because there is a toxic bombardment that the nervous or that the immune system is defending itself against. So the solution isn't to remove the organ that functions as the immune defense. It's to ask, why is it inflamed in the first place? Chances are there's mold in the house, there's a constant viral exposure, there's a food that's being eaten that is allergen, IgG, delayed response allergen, or something is offending the body and needs to be asked, what is it and why, and get to the solution of that. And then there's herbs that will greatly help the tonsils and lymph nodes and immune system function better. And so you deliver those herbs and the problem goes away.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask a question. This is kind of off topic, I guess not. But when you are somebody who is very toxic, when you're a mom who's very toxic, you don't really know how toxic you are and you get pregnant with a child. Okay. We're detoxing into our children, are we not?
Yeah.
Yes, we are, right? So
Yeah.
when you are somebody who's super toxic and you have a child, just like somebody like with MTHFR issues, detail, all that stuff. How many moms have you heard say, my pregnancy was the best I've ever felt in my life?
A
Okay.
lot, actually.
Yeah, a lot, right? And especially that was me too, because our toxins are passing. So when we have these kids who are taking on so much of this toxicity and they have these swollen adenoids, is that a contributing factor, do you believe?
Because the child has taken on so much of the,
And,
yeah.
and yeah, and one a specific instance I'm using is like somebody who had breast implant illness and had a child before healing.
Oh, huge.
Okay. Okay. So would that be something that would?
Yeah, absolutely. Because breast implant illness is nothing but an inflammatory white blood cell autoimmune response. Body is constantly attacking the foreign object in the breast. So the mother's immune system is on haywire, rampant, running amok, and then that child's is going to be as well, because they're sharing signals. And you're right, when the mothers who feel really good pregnant are usually the ones who are sick to begin with. Really healthy women don't experience that. And so what's happening is that child, especially in the early trimester, that child is a sponge for the mother's toxicity. And so, yeah, that's going to combine those two things together. And then the child is going to be born with, and then you add in the fact that it was probably a C-section baby. So the child didn't get past the microbiome through the vagina. Probably not getting breast milk, or the breast milk is toxic. Formula,
From antibiotics, right? Because
antibiotics, the vitamin K shot at birth, whatever they're doing with the vacations at birth. I mean, add all that together and the immune system is like,
okay.
and the glands get swollen. So
Okay, and we're gonna see issues sleeping with those as well. Are we not, kids not being able to sleep very well because of that?
yeah, all that swelling in the air, the lack of air. So really this is like, it's a symptom of a profoundly complex problem. Well, everything we just said is like, to really get to the bottom of that, we're talking about overhauls and programming, lifestyle, Western medicine. Yeah.
What are some of the downside, the risks that we're looking at when these organs are removed?
Oh, severely compromised immunity. So you remove the first defense, the first defender, and then the body is going to take on more pathogenic load. And so then that puts burden down the line of those organs. And so what we basically see is compromised immunity. Biting off the nose to spite the face, shooting your own foot. Consequences are going to be seen later on down the road. And most doctors aren't even going to connect the dots and get to the root cause of what's going on there. Why?
What are some of the herbs that are helpful for clearing this?
Okay, red root. Anything going on with the immune system, which is the lymphatic system. People don't even we did that class together. So it's the lymphatic system. So lymphatic flushing herbs and anything going on with the lymph, especially clavicle and above. So if there are swollen lymph nodes in the neck and the clavicle, congested ears, congested sinuses, red root is a very astringent, which is going to suck up excess inflammation, and it's going to go in anywhere in the immune system, flush the waterways, clear out the nodes, which are responsible. They're like little car wash where all the things filter through. Red root is going to clean that all out. Huge for tonsils and adenoids. And then poke root. Poke root is a subtoxic plant. You cannot take a lot of it. It's poison. Difference between a poison and medicine is the dose. So 5 drops of a fresh poke root tincture. Really quick, if we're going to talk on this, these are, you are work with a lot of mothers. Glycerin tinctures are absolute shit garbage. They do nothing. That is a marketing thing. Glycerin is not it is not a solvent or a medium, a menstruum that actually pulls out medicine. It tastes good and your kid will take the herb, but you're basically taking water. So these kids need to have alcohol extract herbs, and they need to be actually purchased from a company that has not been bought and sold to Clorox and BlackRock. The true herb farm, Gaia, or buy from an actual herbalist who's practicing the ancient methods of extraction. And so in that case, it would be a fresh poke root tincture, 5 drops right under the tongue, and you're going to see that do magic for the immune and lymphatic system. So red root and poke root. Red root is not a subtoxic plant, so that would be 30 drops 3 to 4 times a day. Poke root would be 5 drops 3 times a day.
Okay, and if you had to give a ballpark, how long?
That shouldn't be too long. Like I wouldn't go over 30 days with it. It should clear up, assuming the diet and the underlying stuff is also, because the herbs aren't going to override the core problem of lifestyle. So do the herbs, 30 days, adjust the diet, clean it up from allergens, figure out what's the offending reason that's there, remove that, and you're good. Yeah. Shorter term, acute treatment, acute on that one.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for all this information. Okay, see you later.
Bye, Jamie.
You gotta stop recording.